Hello, and welcome. Last time, I believe we finished up a little bit of exploring of the, don't recall what it's called. It's the ruined settlement, ruined village, and now we're in the Whispering Depths. Which is spiders and ettercaps, and apparently some weird ritual
Moving
going
ahead.
on. And that looks pretty ominous. Yes, but at present, we seem pretty well beat up. And because I played this section before, I know there's a big dangerous spider over here. And so I am going to take a long rest, just because we have plenty of supplies, is regain spell slots, and also talk with the my fellow companions in camp.
Let's have a look.
Chest has something in it? Apparently it's just kind of a thing that's there.
What's up for discussion?
Withers.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
What kind of services can a skeleton offer?
A mending of the threads between life and death. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
So, interesting note. Cleave is a case of two different words converging into the same word, which have opposite, and they will have opposite meanings. You can cleave something, which is to split it, and there's also to cleave, which is to attach to things. So, this is an example of the ladder magic. Ladder example. That's an incredibly powerful magic. Why is it so easy for you?
Because it is my calling. There is little else to explain.
You mentioned a cost. What is it?
A matter of coin.
What if I don't have that kind of coin right now?
Then I shall wait here patiently until it is acquired.
I don't really feel like I'd actually say that's outrageous, because, I mean, you're restoring someone to life. And, I mean, I'm sure that he could charge more if he wanted. I mean, it is literally a matter of life and death. So, I mean, I suppose this might not be like, the U.S. healthcare system. Yes, and
Haste. I would have words with you.
yes, I know that's really why everyone's here, is like, here, cutting political commentary.
Not this one, nor this one, and this one are less worthy still.
What are you doing?
Righting the balance. Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
Will these hirelings join me willingly?
Most willingly, forsooth. Their passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought upon them.
Realize his like metal head decoration is asymmetrical. Do you think I can trust these cultists?
Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee. What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake. Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Not to be rude, but what are you?
There are many answers to that question. None are important.
Skeletons aren't supposed to be able to talk.
Correct.
Are you going to explain further?
No.
Very taciturn, perhaps even to the point of laconic. Alright, let's talk to someone else. Shadowheart!
The Grove sported some rather interesting murals, I must say. They just reminded me of something half forgotten. It seemed to depict Lady Shah's warriors in combat. I hadn't known they were active in these parts.
Shah's warriors, can you care to elaborate?
You know me. I'm not usually one to elaborate if I can avoid it. They looked like dark justiciars, an elite force among Lady Shah's ranks. Only the very finest proved themselves worthy of the title.
How did they prove themselves worthy?
There was a proving ground of sorts. A place where initiates sought to complete Lady Shah's trials and make a sacrifice in her name. But that place is lost now. Some even wonder if it ever truly existed. Curious to see them depicted in such a place. Perhaps there's more to it. But there's nothing to be done about it just now.
Why were you in pain before?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
What causes it to hurt you?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
So, you have chronic pain. Is there anything I can do to help with it?
I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll
Oh my
pass
goodness.
quickly enough. It
What the
always
heck
does.
is- Her arm looks very deformed at the
Pain
elbow there.
is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
I kind of feel like this has already been answered by this question. Why would Shar subject you to such a thing? It's kind of answered by this, because
cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
What's the story with that odd little artifact you have?
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it.
Yeah, when she twists her forearm, there tends to be a really strange angle right here. Anyway, I want to talk to you about Shah worship.
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
I have no problems with Shah worshippers if that's what concerns you. Should I add bonus in +7? Really 5? Oh! Okay. I succeeded very well at that, I doubt.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah. Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her?
Given... Admittedly, I don't know much about Lolth, but I have the impression that Goddess Lolth is also not terribly kind, particularly not to male drow. But, remind me.
My Lady Shah is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss.
And beneath the temple nearby, there's supposed to be the Night Song.
Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shah teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shah, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals.
When you put it like that, it seems strangely comforting.
There's comfort, yes. But often there has to be pain beforehand. We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths.
I'd be lying if I said it didn't sound convincing. You should tell me more sometime.
You're wiser than most. Many people balk at our doctrine. It's the reason why we cherish secrecy. You've a habit of saying all the right things. Either you're very glib or we're kindred spirits. Maybe both, knowing myself. But yes, once we've saved ourselves, we can talk more on this.
What do you think of all that's happened so far?
We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little?
How might I hold up in your estimations?
Does it even need to be asked? We're beyond me merely liking you. I think I'm a different person, owing to you.
Oh. I didn't realize I'd managed to have such an effect on her. Alright, interesting. What will you do if you manage to get away with the tadpoles?
I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course.
Where would you go?
Home. Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Seems personal. I won't pry if it's not something I would talk about.
Thank you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation.
You must have thoughts about our little stowaways.
Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. Personally, I think finding this Halsin is our best bet. Oh, there's Ethel. Not that I'm keen to trust her. If we're truly desperate, we can try to convince that goblin gut in assisting us. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith Kresh will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind.
Will.
The goblins still infest the roads. As long as their leaders live, Zevlor's people are trapped.
What do you make of Raphael?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
I mean, Raphael, we should at least consider Zaho given our circumstances.
He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
I've noticed your stone eye. Did you lose it in battle?
A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
Let's talk about something else.
By all means.
How does the brave Blade of Frontiers end up chasing a devil in the Nine Hells?
Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it. And she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Ariel's own, Chaos Incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing.
Feel vaguely weird about the idea of those two getting on the Mind Flayer ship while it was in the Hells, because I don't remember it getting close to the ground anywhere there. It certainly didn't crash there. And plus the Mind Flayers had time, while being attacked by dragons, to infect those two with Mind Flayer? Or tadpoles? I mean, I suppose maybe it's possible that they happened to be in the right area and one of the pools got destroyed, so the tadpoles crawled onto them. I don't know, that seems kind of unlikely. Who is this source of yours?
A powerful friend with a keen interest in Privacy. I'm sworn to say no more.
We have a bunch of people who aren't, well, these two people aren't willing to talk about their pasts.
All right. Anything more we should discuss?
How did you come to be the Blade of Frontiers?
My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse blared into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
And he named you the Blade of Frontiers?
No, but he named me friend, and that meant the world. But what of the others? The children never saved, the cries never heard. In the boy's tears, I finally saw the suffering wrought by the villains of the wild. The frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded.
Well, I mean, reasonably, if I am a drow, I'm probably entirely concerned with the matters of the Underdark, so I probably wouldn't have heard of the Blade of Frontiers, because it's a surface thing. And before that?
Baldur's Gate, born and raised. The only son of a single father. He wanted one life for me. I chose another. We haven't spoken since I left the city. A classic drama. A staunch father and his rebellious son. Better heard from the bard's lips than mine.
Okay. And there I go again. Starion. How's it going?
I've known people who are hungry for power, but Gale takes it a bit too literally for my liking. I wonder how he does it. Why he does it. I'm sure all will be revealed in time, but I don't like it. A waste of perfectly good treasure.
What do you think is waiting for us at Moonrise Towers?
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, what's to tell? I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
Okay. Lae'zel.
Gale is positively voracious. Well, let him suck up all the magic he needs, as long as he doesn't snack on a Githyanki silver sword.
Are you sure the crash is the only way path to a cure?
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zaith'isk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir Library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding.
That kind of wisdom is very valuable.
Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant order turns to chaos and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
You look so unusual. Githyanki are rare in these parts.
I expect I am your first.
Never heard of a Githyanki until my capture.
Chk. I suppose I am as alien to you as you are to me. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
See if your upturned bat snout is any better. There, really, thanks for noticing.
It was an observation, not a compliment. No matter. I do not intend to stay long in this place.
Do you know much about mind flayers?
I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less.
Do you know what happens if we don't find a cure? Actually, I'd probably be used to this sort of treatment from... As I understand, the Drow, at least the Loth ones, are matriarchal and are not treated very well.
Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born.
That sounds awful. How are you so calm? She doesn't seem very calm.
Because I do not intend to let this happen. Not to me, and if you stick with me, not to you. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me.
You're worried that we haven't changed? This is good news.
Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
How can I help?
Oh, apparently I don't have anything more to talk about him. Can I use this?
I spy with my little eye. Yeah. Nothing of note, really.
Wait. Oh. I thought I was hearing I was hearing a dog snuffle about, but apparently it was just someone moving. That's... home sweet home.
Let's see.
Go to bed. Sure, that looks good. A whole bunch of wine, berries, and a fish head. Why is it a fish head? Didn't feel like fish heads had very much meat on them, but anyway, let's take a rest.
You don't sleep well, flitting between dreams and nightmares. Maybe you wake up because you know something is wrong. Or maybe you just get lucky.
Shit. No, it's not what it looks like. I swear. I wasn't going to hurt you. I just needed, well, blood.
There, in the dim firelight, you see him for what he really is. A vampire, a slave to sanguine hunger.
How long since you killed someone? Days? Hours?
I've never killed anyone. Well, not for food. I feed on animals. Boars. Deer. Kobolds. Whatever I can get. But it's not enough. Not if I have to fight. I feel so... weak. If I just had a little blood, I could think clearer. Fight better. Please.
No.
A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed. You focus on the source of the power, but it is quiet and still. It needs to rest.
I don't care how much you need, you're not drinking my blood.
No. No, of course. Silly of me to even ask. I'll go and find something on four legs to eat, I suppose. See you in the morning.
You watch him stalk away, slumped, sulking, and ready to kill.
Alright, time to talk to people. Hey, Shadowheart.
So, Gale just consumes magical items like I do wine. We truly are a group apart. Nevertheless, as quirks go, that's a new one for me. May the darkness protect you.
Thank you. Oh, there's a dog.
It's been a day, Scratch. Come here, boy.
Probably wouldn't have dogs as a drow. Alright, let's... Hi.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
I'm sorry about what happened to your master.
Master. Friend. I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
Gale slurped that thing up like a horse with a carrot. I hope he got what he needed from it.
Be wary of false promises. The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki Zathis can cleanse an embedded tadpole.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
What do you make of having a vampire in our camp?
We all have our burdens, one way or the other.
Speak.
No.
Morning. I hope last night's little unpleasantness hasn't left a bad taste in your... Well, I hope there are no bad feelings.
So, that was a thought I had given, is that if, is it possible that, a vampire could, by tasting someone's blood, diagnose them? Like, oh, well, but yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. Now, but I have questions. How have you survived out there in the sun?
Oh, I have no idea. By rights, I should be cinders in this light, but someone or something is keeping me alive. Standing in the sun, wading through a river, wandering into homes without an invitation. They're all perfectly mundane activities now. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure those out in time.
What's causing this? The Mind Flayer's parasite?
That's my theory, but who knows? I'm just glad you're being sensible about these revelations. I was worried people might turn up with torches and pitchforks. Although there's still time.
A vampire among us? So be it. But should I wake with so much as a drop of blood on my neck, I will end him.
Oh, and a quick word of warning, Astarion. I taste absolutely awful. Keep your distance.
I trust him. He won't hurt us.
Quite the opposite. I'm here in the spirit of openness and honesty to work together as a team.
Maybe we could get him to wear a bell. Dissuade any nighttime prowling.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go? There's a long day ahead of us.
Speak.
Okay. No. I'm trying to see if there's conversation about...
Go ahead. I'm listening.
about Astarion with anyone.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling.
Nope, I don't.
May the darkness protect you.
Alright, I just want to go find one thing. I'm taking the ball. Alright. That's enough of that. Let's...
Well met. Sorry, but there's no room for me. Let's make this happen.
Right. Alright. Shadowheart, something to say to me?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Something important.
Well, now I'm intrigued. Do continue.
I can never take for granted how someone might react when they learn I worship Lady Shar. Easier to just keep it a secret than take the risk. But you showed you had an open mind. I'm trying to say that you've earned my trust in a way very few ever have. I want that to mean something. I want you to know more about me, at least from what I can remember. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shar, I've wished to serve her as a Dark Justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shar, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a Dark Justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness. It's all I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shar's enclave in Baldur's Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
Well, maybe one day you'll be able to screw her. I don't understand why you're so secret about such an ambition.
Dark Justiciars are hated by many, judged to be ruthless fanatics. Even the few who would accept a follower of Lady Shar would likely balk at a Justiciar in their midst. But there's a simpler answer to your question. I simply forgot about the desire I had until I saw some things that reminded me. Now, I can't get it out of my mind.
So, I mean, being the person she trusts most that she can remember is not saying much, she doesn't remember much. Do you think she'll ever relent and make you a Dark Justiciar?
I don't know. Perhaps if I succeed in my mission and reach Baldur's Gate. Hope has little place amongst Lady Shar's children. It's an illusion, a distraction. But for this, I hope my time will yet come.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. I had a feeling you'd be understanding.
I mean, I'm not sure this was the best time to get into that, but, you know. Oh yeah, there's an area over there that can get to it. Oh wait, no, it was over... So, with the upcoming combat, there was some place I managed to be that... At one point that did actually manage to, no.
I'm ready, whatever it takes.
I think it was...
At least things have stayed interesting. Don't waste a step.
Yeah, I think it was over here that I managed to, yeah. Got the attention of that thing. And then... Might have disadvantage on that. target outside normal range. Oh. And that drew the attention of the big spider that's over here somewhere. One of the previous ways I won this is by getting the big spider out onto these webs and burning them away. So I should probably figure out what I'm doing instead of, like, you know, instead of just, you know, hanging around an area where the spiders could potentially see me.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it. Breathe deep and move.
Okay, there is supposed to be a big spider out here. But I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is.
That's a friendly-looking shadow. I don't need any attention right now. Out of sight, out of mind.
No, nothing to notice here. That's not your eggs being destroyed. Definitely not your eggs being destroyed. Why did...
Softer than a whisper.
Why?
This calls for careful footwork.
Question is, what? Do I have anything that will explode, more or less? Yes, I do have something. I feel like there's another spot where there are some eggs. Oh, I think over there I see a patch of them. No, there's nothing to see over here.
Have to keep going. If everyone else minds their business, I'll be fine. Don't want to draw any attention.
Shit. Nothing to see here, nothing to see here, nothing at all.
I've seen everything.
Oh, hell.
What path lies before me?
Do I feel like doing anything?
Seems like the best way.
A long way to go still. No time to waste.
Another fight.
Okay.
Let's go.
I thought I said to react there. No, that won't do much. That also won't do much. That might do a little bit. Alright. Change that to this.
A bright idea.
Okay.
Coming through.
Victory awaits. Taking position. Make way.
Let's finish this. Take your...
Yeah, like that. It's dead. Okay. Cool. Now, where is this other one? Way the fuck over there. Alright. Line of movement. Sure. Alright.
Coming through.
I am fury. I am death. Taking position.
Try again. That. Oh, right.
Moving in.
That went a lot better than I thought it was going to. Alright, let's... What kind of position is that?
Please.
But yeah, I remember that being how I... The first time I played through this, I remember that being how I actually defeated... What? Defeated that spider is basically by knocking it down a whole bunch. It was just how it went. That's good. Skeleton, do you have anything? Sure. Get rid of this infestation as best we can. It's kind of an interesting thought. Like, there's a few different strategies for reproduction.
What's down there?
Mind your footing. The bones of the careless are probably littered down there.
Well, I mean, I'm a drow. I should probably know what's deeper in the earth. Beneath the ground. But, I mean, like, they're broadly speaking, like, two different strategies. These for reproduction. One is have lots of kids, then, you know,
Anything
not
of
really
use?
bother parenting them very well, and, you know, assumption that, you know, some of them will survive, figure it out. But there's also a whole lot of, also the idea of investing a whole lot into a few, like a few that you really take care of and like teach a lot. And so it's kind of a thing which is overlooked by at least some people, that frequently animals, I mean, yes, there's a certain amount of instinct that they have, but there's also a great degree to which they need to learn how to be the animal that they are. That's frequently a matter of being taught it by an adult. And what the adult teaches them will often greatly affect how and who they are, how they live. That being said, there are some. I think there are well, spiders tend to go for the, have many kids and just assume that some of them will survive, but I think there are some actual examples of, like, social spiders, and I'm sure some people are absolutely terrified by that idea, but they do exist. That might be an example of spiders actually teaching each other how exactly to live. And I have actually, did at one point stand on the spider web, then destroy it, and fell into the Underdark. Which is, you know, not the best way to get down there, but it is a way to get down there. I know technically the bones are pretty valuable, like, for their weight, but I don't really want to deal with that. Alright. Let's...
And here I go.
Alright.
Have you wondered what people will say, Will, when they find out the monster hunter is becoming a monster?
I've faced countless perils and conquered them all. This will be no different.
I've always had a soft spot for the confident ones. They always disappoint there.
Okay. No, I haven't actually looked at that. Alright, nothing. And then there's that poor sleeping bugbear, which I am not going to just kill because... I mean, he's just sleeping. Had a little bit too much to drink and now he's taking a nap. I mean, it'd be rude to kill him now. Though, you know, it would be far easier to do without fight.
Indolence breeds madness.
And there's nothing there.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Ew.
Open up. Time to press ahead.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
Looking ahead.
nothing. Curious.
I've got a long road ahead.
My faith protects me.
Let's get going.
A feast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat.
Investigation. Yep, here we go.
You notice the blade is at an angle to the meat's grain. If you align the dagger with the grain, it should slip out easily.
Alright, we'll do that.
Thanks to your keen eye, the dagger glides smoothly out of the mystery meat.
Alright.
Let's see
Time
what
for
this does.
Now, I understand what
Need to find a way forward.
is going on in this building, but I've never actually gone in there, opened it, so on principle that I generally don't like to disturb people doing that, but I'm gonna do it for this time.
As you approach, a guttural scream and a succession of quick bangs rattle the door. Then, a low moan. Someone, or something, is having a bit of fun.
Hello? Anybody in there?
Go away!
Open the door.
Leave it. Whoever's inside doesn't want an audience, and I don't want to fight.
Yeah. Do.
What the hell are you doing?
Do carry on. There's a book shop in Baldur's Gate that pay well for this kind of smut. Oh god. Oh! Okay, succeeded.
Tell of my rutting, my virility.
Don't want this puny rutting written down.
Puny? I am strong. I am virile. I am
Enough! Oh, a moment ruined. Passion squished like slow goats underfoot. Oh, we leave.
And I think that's going to be where I'm going to call it for that one. You know, one fun time ruined. And, thanks for watching Doing Realm Things YouTube's buttons, and have a nice day.